The late afternoon sun was bleeding orange across the quiet town when Jake Rivers, leader of the Iron Vultures Biker Club, slowed his Harley at the intersection. He was the kind of man people crossed the street to avoid: leather jacket, beard like untrimmed steel wool, tattoos crawling up his arms, and eyes that looked like they'd seen too much. Behind him, the thunder of a dozen bikes rolled through the small streets, turning heads and rattling windows. They had just left a charity ride for a local shelter, the kind of thing most people didn't expect a group of tattooed bikers to do. As Jake idled at the corner, something caught his eye: a small figure standing by the roadside near a broken mailbox. It was a little girl, maybe 8 or 9 years old, holding a cardboard sign that trembled in her hands. On it, in shaky handwriting, were the words, "Buy my bike, sir, Mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days." Jake frowned and killed the engine. One by one, the other bikes quieted too. The sudden silence hung heavy, broken only by the ticking of cooling engines and the whisper of the wind. Jake swung a leg over and walked toward the girl, who flinched slightly when she saw the tall, broad man approach. "Hey there, kid," he said softly, kneeling down so he wasn't towering over her. "What's your name?" "Emma," she whispered, clutching the handlebars of her tiny pink bicycle. The tassels on the grips were torn, the tires almost flat, but she held it like it was the most precious thing in the world. Jake nodded slowly. "Nice to meet you, Emma. What are you doing out here all by yourself?" "I'm selling my bike," she said, voice trembling but determined. "My mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days. I thought if I sell it, I can buy her food. She says she's fine, but I can tell she's not." Behind Jake, his crew exchanged uneasy looks. Big men with loud machines and tougher reputations, suddenly all silent. Jake swallowed the lump in his throat. "Where's your mom now?" Emma pointed down the road toward a small trailer park by the edge of town. "Home. She doesn't know I came here. She's been crying a lot since we lost our house." Jake nodded again, jaw tight. "You keep your bike, sweetheart. Nobody's buying it today." He reached into his wallet, pulled out a $100 bill, and tried to hand it to her. But she shook her head. "I can't take that, sir. Mommy says we don't take charity. I have to sell something." Jake hesitated. Then he said, "All right. How much for the bike?" She thought hard. $20. Jake handed her the bill. "Deal." He took the bike carefully, like it was made of glass, and set it beside his Harley. "Now, why don't you show us where your mom is, huh? I'll give you a ride back." Her eyes widened. "I can't go on that big motorcycle." Jake chuckled. "No worries. You can ride in the truck behind us. My buddy Bear will drive you." Bear, a 6'5" mountain of a man with a beard like Santa Claus gone rogue, stepped forward and smiled. "Hop in, kiddo." Within minutes, the convoy of bikes roared to life again, heading toward the trailer park with Emma safely in the truck. The sun dipped lower as they turned onto a gravel road lined with rusting mailboxes and old, peeling trailers. When they stopped, Emma jumped out and ran to one of the smallest trailers at the far end. The door was slightly open, and Jake could hear coughing from inside. He followed slowly, careful not to startle anyone. Inside, a young woman sat on a torn couch, her face pale and drawn. Her hair was tied back loosely, her clothes worn but clean. When she saw the strangers outside her door, she froze. "Emma, what did I tell you about talking to people?" She stopped mid-sentence as her daughter ran into her arms. "Mommy, it's okay. They're nice. This man bought my bike so you can eat." The woman's eyes darted to Jake, confusion and embarrassment written all over her face. I'm so sorry, sir. She shouldn't have bothered you. Please, take your money back. We don't want trouble." Jake shook his head. "No trouble, ma'am. Just thought we'd stop by and see if you could use a hand." She bit her lip, clearly torn between pride and desperation. "We're fine. We just had a rough patch. My husband passed away 6 months ago. Cancer. He didn't have insurance. I've been trying to keep up with the bills, but they took our house last month. The trailer's all I could find. I work part-time at the diner, but it's been hard." Her voice cracked, and she looked away. Jake noticed the empty pantry behind her, a single half-empty jar of peanut butter on the counter. "Ma'am," Jake said quietly, "I'm real sorry for your loss. My name's Jake Rivers. These are my brothers. We're with the Iron Vultures Club. We're not here to judge, just to help." "Iron Vultures," she said nervously. "Aren't you bikers?" Jake smiled faintly. "Yeah, but not the kind you're thinking of. We raise money for veterans, feed the homeless, fix up old bikes for kids. We're not saints, but we try to do right where we can." He glanced back at his men. "Boys, what do you think?" Bear rubbed his chin. "I think this place could use a few hands." Within an hour, the quiet trailer park buzzed with activity. A couple of bikers rode off to the grocery store and returned with bags of food, fresh vegetables, meat, bread, milk, and even a few treats for Emma. Another man, Rusty, found the broken steps on the trailer and started fixing them with his toolkit. Emma watched, eyes wide with disbelief, as these rough-looking strangers repaired, cleaned, and stocked their tiny home. Her mother tried to protest at first, but eventually she sat down, tears rolling silently down her cheeks. When night fell, the bikers set up a small grill outside. The smell of burgers and grilled corn filled the air. They laughed, shared stories, and even got Emma to smile. She told them about how her dad used to fix up old cars and how she wanted to be a mechanic one day, just like him. Jake's throat tightened. "You know," he said, "we got a garage downtown. Always room for one more apprentice when you're old enough." Emma beamed. "Really, really," he said with a grin. "You got the hands for it." As the stars came out, Jake sat on his bike, watching Emma and her mother eat together, the first real meal they'd had in days. He could see the woman's face softening, color returning to her cheeks. It reminded him of his own mother, long gone now, who'd worked double shifts just to keep food on the table. Later that night, after they packed up and got ready to leave, Emma ran up to Jake holding something behind her back. "Wait," she said breathlessly. She pulled out a small, shiny keychain, a pink heart with glitter fading around the edges. "It's for your bike, to say thank you." Jake took it gently, trying to hide the way his throat ached. "That's mighty kind of you, kiddo. I'll keep it on my keys, promise." He looked at her mother. "You'll be all right now. There's food in there, and Bear'll come by tomorrow with a few groceries. You ever need anything, you call the garage. We're just a few miles out." The woman nodded, tears in her eyes. "I don't know how to thank you." Jake smiled. "You already did." As the bikes roared to life again and disappeared into the distance, Emma waved until the taillights vanished. For the first time in a long while, hope flickered in that tiny trailer. The next few weeks, the Iron Vultures kept their word. They helped repair the trailer's roof, found steady work for Emma's mom at a nearby repair shop cafe owned by one of their friends, and even got Emma enrolled in a local school. Word spread around town, and soon donations poured in, clothes, furniture, even a new bike for Emma. One evening, a reporter from the local paper came by to interview Jake. When asked why he helped, Jake looked thoughtful. "Because once, I was that kid. My old man walked out when I was 10. My mom worked herself half to death. I remember what hunger feels like. No kid should have to sell their bike to feed their mom." The article went viral online, and the photo of Emma's cardboard sign, "Buy my bike, sir, mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days," touched thousands. People sent messages from all over the country, offering support, prayers, and donations. Emma and her mother became symbols of resilience, and the Iron Vultures, once judged as outlaws, became hometown heroes. Months later, Jake rode up to the same corner where he first saw Emma. She was there again, but this time, not selling her bike. She was riding a brand new one, laughing as her mom watched from the porch. She saw Jake, waved, and shouted, "Look, it's fixed up just like yours." Jake raised his hand and waved back. "Keep ridin', kiddo," he called over the engine's growl. As he rode away, the sunset painted the sky gold again, just like that first day. But this time, the world felt lighter. Sometimes, Jake thought, it's not about saving the world. Sometimes it's about stopping for the one person everyone else drives past. And that single act of kindness, from a gruff biker and his unlikely family, was enough to turn one desperate day into a story of hope that would be told again and again, proving that even the toughest hearts can carry the softest light. Moral: kindness doesn't always wear a suit or carry a badge. Sometimes, it rides a Harley and stops for a little girl with a cardboard sign.